Good evening. I'm Heather Estat. What? Sorry. Be right back. Where's the music? Isn't there supposed to be? Oh, okay. I'll be right back. I can't find the opening. Where's the opening? Are we going to have applause? I really need some applause to get into this, guys. Okay. Good evening, and welcome to SLC's Light the World celebration. I'm Heather Estai. I'll be one of your hosts this evening, and I'm so happy to see you. So I don't really see you. I'm not that delusional yet, but I can feel you. I feel your energy here and that we're all together, and it's so fun. It's different this year, right? But in some ways, it's the same. We're together in spirit. We have a lot of great entertainment, awesome music, interesting interviews, videos for you. We've got a silent auction that's going on, but instead of a live auction, here's what we're doing. We're running this like a telethon. So, do you remember Jerry Lewis and the telethons? If you do, you're really old like me. If you don't, you can think of public radio and their fundraisers, right? So we'll be having great entertainment, great content, and then we'll come zooming in and invite you to donate. So here's how you're going to be able to donate. You can text, click, or call. You can text SLC LTW for Light the World, SLC LTW 44321, or you can open a new browser, so you stay with the event. You can go to SLC World on that browser, and you'll be directed to the Light the World page where you can donate immediately, or you can make a pledge. Or, if you prefer, you can just call 448-6508. That's 916-448-6508. And we've got operators standing by for you. So we're going to have a great evening. And I'm not used to this telethon stuff, so I'm not doing it alone. I brought in a ringer. I'm going to go to the Zoom room and show you who. So now I get to welcome my co-host, Donna Abadoni. Yay! Hi, Donna. How are you?
Hi, it's nice to be with you this evening.
I know. We're going to have so much fun, I got to tell you. We're also going to raise a lot of money. And I know you're the fundraising queen, but we're gonna blow the roof off tonight. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking too.
And all the great stuff that we've got, you did some phenomenal interviews. So what should we expect from these interviews?
Well, we should expect a little bit of information about YOU. We should expect a little bit of a really good fundraising message along the way. We have some people who have been with Spiritual Life Center for a very long time, and we have a person who doesn't even live in the Sacramento region and is just so passionate about Spiritual Life Center that she watches from a distance. I mean, we're all watching from a distance these days, but she's in another state.
She's a distant. And
a real distant.
Of course, we've got international distant people watching too.
I know, it's so cool.
I know, it's very cool.
Welcome from wherever you are this evening.
Exactly. So I'm really excited to see those interviews. And now we get to hear music. So Jan Garrett and J.D. Martin, you've probably heard them before, but they are award-winning musicians. They are friends of SLC for many years. And you know what, Donna? They are going to take you to church tonight. I'm just saying.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hi, all you guys in Sacramento. We're so happy to be with you tonight.
Yes. My name's J.D. Martin.
And I'm Jan Garrett.
And we're here for the Light the World celebration.
And we're coming to you virtually from our home here in the mountains of Colorado. But isn't it cool that we get to be with you now?
Yeah. We're so happy that we can come in this way,
Yeah.
and we hope you love the music.
And thank you so much for inviting us. I think we might have called it and invited ourselves, but anyway, it's all worked out. And we're so happy to be here with you. And we're going to start out with a song that's the title track of our latest album called Better Angels. And what a perfect time. We've been hearing this in the news lately, that phrase.
Oh, that phrase for sure.
Better
yeah.
Angels, isn't it great? You'll get it. Sing along with us. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Calling in the band. There it is. Seeing the world through the eyes of a higher vision, freely feeling the love that's breathing us on, openly singing the song that holds us together, and willingly lending a hand to tear down the walls, calling our better angels together, calling our better angels as we go. Yeah. Better angels, better angels, better angels, we're calling on our better angels. Who brings the breeze at dawn to the mountain meadows? How do the wild grasses know how to grow? The essential invisible heart of all creation, living inside of us now, singing us home. We're calling our better angels together, calling our better angels as we go. Better angels, better angels, better angels, calling on our better angels. The better angels of our nature, the companions of our soul, the ones we can count on to guide us wherever we go. Though the dangers may be daunting, we know that we're not alone. We're lifted up, taking the high road home. Better angels, better angels, better angels, calling on our better angels. Sing with us. Better angels, better angels, better angels, calling on our better angels. Woo. Ooh. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So I have to call the band in for a little tiny bit of rehearsal.
You do?
Can you just talk to people about this
Yeah.
song?
You know what we didn't say was that phrase, the better angels, comes from a speech that was Abraham Lincoln's in his first inaugural address, 1861, right before the outbreak of the Civil War, and things were really, really dicey. And just briefly, basically what he said was, listen, we have to come together. It's time to forget about everything that has torn us apart, but we know that coming together in this heart, I mean, I'm adding my little thing here, but we just call upon the better angels of our nature. So coming into this next song, wow. Isn't it kind of great? Because it's like, I feel personally like all the work that we all have been doing for all this time, all our meditation, all our mindfulness, all our prayer work, and being in such a great community, it's so perfect for this moment because it's not just the work that we've done on the inside, but, bringing out into the world is so important. And that's why it's light the world, right?
That's right.
Is what this celebration is all about. So we'll go ahead and sing this. Just very briefly, I'm remembering some stuff from my 9th grade civics class, that we had to memorize, the Declaration of Independence and we the people in order to form a more perfect union, and it goes on from there. So how lovely to bring this consciousness, knowing who we really are, knowing who's looking through our eyes, who's breathing us closer than hands and feet. Who is that, in those lovely, spacious places in between the thoughts, in between the words and the notes of the song. So we're bringing that in now. Here comes.
And this is a song that actually we wrote together, as you might assume, and it's called Shine On. And musically, I had started something similar to this a long time ago, and then just kind of set it aside, and then brought it out when we were doing our last album, and then Jan added these amazing lyrics. And also we were inspired by Terry Tempest Williams a little bit too for this as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, song.
And before we go,
Yes.
because we are using the tracks from our album, just to let you know that these are our tracks. We sang the stuff, we hired the fancy people, and it's not just some cheesy thing we got off the internet. So you will hear children's voices at the end, and as we go through, because we wanted to bring in all ages and all kinds of people into this song. So please sing along.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
When in the course of human kindness it becomes clear the time has come to willingly set aside our blindness and see the world as one. Nobody here has yet forgotten all of the joys we've ever known, and following freely what we feel, we're finding our way home. Shine on, shine on, steady on, steady on. We the people come together, bringing the best of who we are. All we remember, tough and tender, leading with our hearts. The future is looking back with love, encouraging every step we take, guiding us through the darkest times and blessing us on our way. Shine on, shine on, steady on, sing with us.
Shine
on, shine on, steady on, steady on, protecting what is gentle, protecting what is wise, connecting what is living in every woman, man, and child. A joyful revelation, the hope comes shining through in the silver singing river and in the rising of the moon. Shine on, shine on, steady on, steady on. Where are the ones we've lost forever, leaving a longing in our souls, gathering all this love together, setting our sights for home. Every road we've ever traveled, all of the wonders near and far, all of these gifts come round again and bring us to where we are. Shine on, shine on, steady on. When in the course of human kindness it becomes clear the time has come.
Thank you. Shine.
There is but one presence and one power in my life and in the universe.
What I found when I studied Interfaith was that at the core of every religion there was just this beautiful love. There's this common thread of love, or God, that goes through all of them.
Interfaith is kind of gets down to the heart of the matter of the golden rule, and do unto others. They have this golden thread that weaves throughout that's a version of the golden rule. I don't think any one tradition or dogma has the answers. There's just so much more.
The universe or spirit or God has created this tapestry of diversity in order to demonstrate its infinite nature. And so this is what makes life rich. Divine Mind has made a smorgasbord of approaches to showing up in the world so that we can appreciate the differences or the distinctions that we have.
It's one big mansion, and there's lots of doors into it.
So interfaith, there's different components to that, but inter is really about connecting, interdependent, interconnection. Belief is really important in different cultures and in different faiths, and that's the diversity and the inclusion.
Coming back full circle to realize that every faith tradition at its core is the same. We love ourselves, we love God, we were in service to others. Pretty simple.
Honoring love in all its forms, in how it shows up, the cross, the Om, the crescent, the Star of David. It's an all-encompassing energy of love.
I love the interfaith conversation about one God, many paths, because that just opened up for me the ability to connect with God and the fact that God is within us.
I was on a pilgrimage in India and went into a little temple that had been there for 7,000 years. The feel of it, the energy was just amazing. People have been coming and worshiping here for 7,000 years. It can't be that Christianity is the only way.
I think it really goes to the whole oneness idea and the idea that it just doesn't matter where you came from or what you were doing. Each of us came here to be a light in the world.
The first day I walked in the door at Pioneer, and I heard, I think it was Faith on the platform saying, we honor all paths to God that teach love. No one was left out.
And that doesn't mean sameness of all people. It means really understanding how we are all human together within our own traditions.
I don't think of religions that much anymore as I do faith traditions. We're all tend to be born into that, if you will. And so we sometimes grow up in the stovepipe of a religious tradition.
Gee, actually the irony is that I appreciate my Catholic faith even more.
For me, it was recognizing that the spiritual paths take many, many expressions. I don't have to be in all those expressions, but I can love them and appreciate them. Each of their particular expressions has something unique to contribute.
If I make any stand, it's going to be for my neighbor. God told us to love our neighbor, not our religion.
In being curious about people from other faiths, we find out they're just like us. And it's the uncomfortable, unfamiliar that causes what we perceive as disconnection.
I think it's important that we look beyond just activities and really reach into our hearts and find out and discover if we're also being at a level of respect of another tradition. So actually celebrating with them, because through celebration and finding joy together, we open up.
There's just a heart connection that before it was more intellectual, but now I feel there's a heart connection between us. And between that, anything's possible for our life, for our planet.
I think that's the whole purpose, is that to get people to know one another. Because if you don't know someone, it's easy to make them the other, to make them the enemy. Interfaith is really becoming aware of others and knowing that you can learn something from everyone, from every tradition, and it can make us better human beings.
A Buddhist from West Sacramento, and I hadn't really talked to him much, but after the Wednesday night service, he was the speaker. We sat down next to each other, and he looked me right in the eyes, and he went like this. And he said to me, "I see no separation between us." And that was it.
There is but one presence and one power.
So I'm back with Donna Abadoni, and wasn't that an amazing video?
It was. It's very inspiring, and it's always good to see all of the faces of people we love.
I know, Kitty and Mac, and some of those people I really didn't know before the video, and now I feel like there's a heart connection, right?
Well, that's exactly what happens at Spiritual Life Center, isn't it?
Yeah.
You see people for a while, you may or may not know who they are, and then all of a sudden one day you realize that there is that heart connection, and you feel like they're old friends. You feel like it's really a reunion. at SLC that you get to experience every week, or as often or as infrequently as you're there, as you're here. So it's always a good thing. And that heart connection is just so natural and so inspired. You don't have to look for it. It just comes at you when you need it most.
That's so true. And you know what? I feel like the world needs a heck of a lot more of that right now, don't you?
Well, the world needs a heck of a lot of something, yeah. And I think that that's one of the interesting things about what's going on at Spiritual Life Center right now. I've heard some people talk about the fact that they don't like being away, that they don't like having to go through a virtual service. But it's better than the alternative of not having access to Spiritual Life Center at all. And it doesn't really take away from community. You can do a virtual hug for a while. It's going to be okay. We'll be back together soon. But for right now, this is what we're doing. And having that community in any form, the people we love in any form, is where we are right now. And so we accept that and love it and love each other.
It's about our heart connection. It's about staying together as a community right now. Spiritual Life Center has never been an it or a they. Spiritual Life Center is you and me. It's us. And it's us that keep our SLC community thriving by contributing our energy and our financial resources. So now is your opportunity to step up and show what this SLC community means to you by making your pledge or donation. Just text, click, or call. Thank you. So welcome to SLC's first Did You Know game show. This is a game show where we bring in kind of smart people to answer very difficult questions about SLC, things that you probably don't know. So let me introduce you to our contestants. First we have Joel Ayers. Say hi, Joel.
Hi, Heather. I'd like to say I'm playing this game under protest. I'm heavily medicated on pain pills. I've got my right hand out of commission.
You know, honestly, Joel, you're a little smarter on pain pills. You're just a little smarter.
And John took his hat off and the light's blinding me, okay? So,
enough complaints. Who are you playing for tonight?
I'm playing for Kathy Bannon. Hi, Kathy.
Each contestant is playing for someone, and the prize will be James Trapp recording on your voicemail a prayer specially for you. Carol Van Bruggen. How are you?
Hey, I'm very good.
Good. And who are you playing for tonight?
I am playing for Chris and Jennifer Enright.
Ooh.
Yay!
I wonder if they picked a winner. We'll find out. Don Sykes, how you doing?
Well.
Yeah, I thought so.
Not going to be a short answer.
You need to call a lifeline.
So, Don, who are you playing for tonight, poor thing?
Margan
Meyer? You
Yes.
certainly are.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we have John Gardner, our very own drummer. How you doing, John?
I'm doing well. I'm here. I have a second son that you can see behind me there, and this is the higher end part of Tahoe Park where we socioeconomic values, we can afford the second son here. But I am playing for Kay Ryan.
Poor Kay.
My family has adopted Kay Ryan as she's our adopted grandmother for many years now.
Yeah, so you're feeling the pressure now, right?
I really am, because she'll be really here.
I don't blame you. Are you ready for your first questions?
Yes, we are ready.
I think so.
Primed and ready. Okay. Now we're going to do some basics about SLC. We're not going to get too tricky. So we have the oneness symbol. You're all familiar with the oneness symbol. We see it every Sunday. It's on the stationery. It's all over the place. It's the peace symbol for this century. So how many major religions are represented in the oneness symbol?
Oh, I got it.
Okay. I'll take you first.
8.
Okay. Don says 8. Joel, what do you say?
I say 6.
Okay. 6 from Joel. Carol?
I'll go with Joel.
You're going to go with 6 with Joel. Okay.
Yeah.
7.
John? 7. And the winner is John. Woohoo! There are 7 symbols.
You're halfway there.
So John gets a point. Carol and Joel, are in the minus already.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh
Okay,
dear.
well, that's okay.
But you can redeem yourself. Okay, here's a group think. Can you name 5 of those 7 religions? Just work together. How many you got?
Judaism,
Judaism,
right.
Muslim,
Christianity,
Hindu,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Taoism.
Taoism.
Is that 5?
Wait, we've got
Did you say Muslim?
One more.
Yeah, I said Muslim.
Hindu, Christianity, Taoism.
So we're missing 2. What would they be? Buddhism. I think we said that.
Jainism. No.
I think you got it. You said Christianity. You said Judaism.
Yeah.
You said Hinduism. You said Buddhism.
Muslim.
And Islam. You got 5. You got the answer.
Oh, okay.
You just can't count. Okay, good. So everybody gets a point. John, what day and year was SLC's first service? November 1, 1998? November 15th, 2000? October 5th, 1996? September 1, 1999?
Go back to the one for 2000. I didn't hear the first, but that was the year.
The first one was November 15th, 2000.
Yes.
Okay? And John, you're wrong.
Oh,
take a point.
It
No,
had
he
to
doesn't.
happen?
No.
Don's Googling on his phone.
No. So the answer is November 1st, 1998.
1998.
Nice try, John. Wow. So we're going to be talking pre-COVID for this question. How many people worked or volunteered on a Sunday to put our in-person Sunday service at 9/11 together each week?
17.
17. Don's got 17. Joel?
I'm going to go with 20.
20. Very good. Carol?
25.
25. John?
I'm going to say 19.
Well, actually, the answer is 45. So Carol is the closest.
Whoa.
45 people.
45.
Think youth ed,
All right.
the chaplains, the people doing the coffee, the AV team.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people. So today, doing our virtual pre-recorded services, it actually takes 19 people to put those suckers together. So how many hours does it take those 19 people to put a virtual Sunday pre-recorded together? Joel, I can tell you've got the answer. How many hours?
200.
Okay, Carol?
I want a lifeline with Dawn.
Okay. Dawn, what's your answer?
I'm coming up with 234.
234?
Okay, I'll go with Dawn's 234.
Okay, you're together 234. John?
I'm going to say 100.
100. And the answer is just about 100.
Oh, man.
Sometimes a touch less. He's right in there.
That's why John shouldn't be in this.
What?
Yeah.
I told them that when they invited me for many reasons.
Yeah, that's why he shouldn't be in this.
Okay, now we're going to be talking attendance. We're back in the old days, the pre-COVID days, as we call them. 218. Back to today, in COVID, the number of people who attend right at 9 o'clock is 80. However, we have online views from all over the place, right? What is the average overall views of each Sunday service? You know, counting 9 o'clock and all those days after. What's the average?
I think it's 320.
320. Okay. John?
275.
275. John?
I'm going to say 750.
750. Joel?
I'll say 275.
That's what I say.
275. And Carol said 320? Carol's the winner. It's actually 425 people.
Oh.
That's our first segment of Did You Know? And apparently they didn't know. However, we're going to give them another chance in just a few moments. Thanks, guys.
Charlotte, welcome to the Spiritual Life Center Gala. I'm so glad that you could join us today. So where are you right now? Geographically, where are you?
Right now, I am in Portland, Oregon.
You live there?
I do. I was a long-time liver. I lived in the Sacramento area. Last I lived in Roseville, and then moved up to Portland, Oregon to open an office for my business, Discovery Mood and Anxiety Program.
Okay. How long have you been in Portland?
Since April.
Very fresh move. Wow. So you were in the Sacramento area for how long?
About 50 years.
Okay. All right. And Spiritual Life Center was a part of that?
Oh, yes. I started off long ago with Unity, and then knew Faith and Michael Moran, Reverend Moran, when he formed the Spiritual Life Center. And he's got to be one of the most amazing ministers I've ever met. And of course, Faith was amazing too. And then I had the chance to meet Reverend Trapp before he came up, because I was on the board of the Unity Church. So impressed. I mean, my goodness, he was like the president of the international stuff and everything, and now we have them, they have them right there in Sacramento now, which is just phenomenal.
So you were around long enough to attend services in person and have Reverend James as the leader of Spiritual Life Center as part of that. And now you're watching from the distance, and you chose to stick with Spiritual Life Center. Talk about that. Why that choice?
I've known so many of the congregants for so long, and just not only do I enjoy the work of Reverend Trapp, but Dr. Gail Darren and Gail Vincent. They put on programming there, and their musical department is just, they put on programming there that you really, I don't think you could find anywhere else. It's just so deeply spiritual and moving in so many ways, It's not just the richness of the message, the verbal message, it's the richness of the whole atmosphere and ambiance and whatnot. So you'd be hard pressed to find that kind of stuff anywhere else, really. And where else can you go to a masquerade bingo party? I ask you that.
It doesn't happen every day.
I was so intrigued. My family, we all dressed up. My husband was Zorro, I was Cleopatra, and my sister was some sort of unidentified fairy type person. But we just had a big time with that. Oh, I told them all I had just arrived from my barge and I was looking for my asp.
Everyone's looking for some asp,
I'm a program director for an outpatient program here, for a partial hospitalization program and an intensive outpatient program for adolescents. And so we help the teens and work with their parents and whatnot. And so that's always been kind of my gig. Spiritual Life Center and the messages thereby keep me, like you say, grounded and centered and in a mindset to where I have all of my presence and heartfelt available. And that's one of the hallmarks of like SLC too, is like right there, right now, mind, heart, spirit, soul. And that's the best therapy. That's the best way to be for therapy, I find. Every research shows that the most important thing is the relationship between the therapist and the client. And the depth of that relationship, the honesty of it, the heart-to-heart felt, mind-to-mind, that's where the work is. It's been kind of disheartening. In the last year, I would say, year or year and a half, we have assessments, of course, when kids come in. And one of my assessment questions is, are you spiritual? Are you religious? Do you that kind of thing. I don't say, like, do you believe in God? But I say, are you spiritual? Do you believe in something greater than yourself? And they say no. It's heartbreaking. They say no. And you have to bear in mind that these are literally the kids that are having trouble today, right? Mm-hmm. So that might speak to that too, is to like, well, if you don't have anything higher than yourself you believe in, it's really easy to look around the world and find so much negativity and so much hopelessness, and so and that's what they attune to, instead of like the hopefulness and the wonderful stuff that's happening in the world. So
in this atmosphere we're in, what is it about the messages that's appealing right now? Because we find ourselves in a much different lifestyle and mental place than we've been before.
Well, I've always found the unity message, and in particular Reverend Trapp and the Gales, deeply spiritual, invested in not only just the Charles Fillmore, Myrtle Fillmore messages and whatnot, but relating it to current times. Reverend Trapp's just now doing a book study from Eric Butterworth, and even though that might have been out a while ago, it's so pertinent to today, and I think that perhaps is maybe one of the biggest things. It's deeply spiritual, enriched in tradition. However, it's just really current, right? Cutting edge stuff for us today.
What a perfect way to wrap this up. Charlotte, thank you for being part of the Spiritual Life Gala. Even without your Cleopatra outfit, it's nice to see you as you are. You have so much to offer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
So Donna, what a phenomenal interview. What a special person Charlotte is.
It was really delightful to talk with Charlotte. All of these interviews were a lot of fun. Charlotte just really touched my heart. She just knew exactly what her feelings were about SLC. I didn't really have to ask her very much of anything. She knows how she feels about this congregation, and it's very passionate. So it was lovely to hear.
And there's a part that I heard where she gets so excited about we should support our community, SLC. You want to see that part? Let's play it now.
Now, this is a fundraiser. The SLC Gala is a big fundraiser. What's your message?
Well, where in the world do you think your money should be going? What better way to influence the world in the way that we want to see it move, What is it, Gandhi? Be the change you want to see?
That's reason enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So dig deep, fellow parishioners.
So how about that? What Charlotte said, what better place to spend your money, right?
Absolutely, and she's right. We know she's right. She has that passion. She understands what it is to be supportive in a financial way of a congregation that you really care about and that serves the community. Charlotte's right on.
Yep, Charlotte is right on. SLC is not a pay-to-play kind of deal. It's not like Starbucks or going to a movie. Whether you donate or not, you are always welcome here. Our donations are truly voluntary and represent the choice we make as to what is truly important to us. Whether you give $20 or $200, this is our opportunity to show what's important to us by donating to our SLC community now. Thank you.
And welcome back. We are so happy to continue to sing for you guys today. And in the midst of whatever, may be going on in the world, we have a song for you. I love this song. I wrote it with Melinda Wood Allen when we were at a Positive Music Awards. And things seemed rather turbulent.
Not like now. Not like now,
sure. Just in general. And I felt like, what? We need to just center down. And from where JD and I are from here in Colorado, it's so lovely to have the wild world, the natural world so close. So for this song, we have a message from Grandmother Earth for all of us. And so JD, you want to read the verse? This is ancient Celtic wisdom and just most indigenous cultures around the world are kind of in tune with this. So,
First of all, everything is connected to everything else.
So, isn't that great? Can we just imagine that? Everything is connected to everything else, yeah?
Everything is alive.
Everything is alive. Everything is alive. And how would that change the way we are in the world when we really begin to perceive and say that everything is alive, yeah?
Everything is conscious. We not only recognize the divine in everything, everything sees it in us as well.
Isn't that great? So that it becomes like this love story, this beautiful back and forth, right?
Everything is cheering for us to wake up. We are all in cahoots.
We're all in cahoots. We're all in this together. So thank you, Grandmother Earth, and thank you, ancestors. Here's our song.
All right.
Sky above and earth below, fire within me, this I know. Wind and water, sand and tide, live and breathe and beat this heart of mine. Live and breathe and beat this heart of mine. The stones beneath our feet hold the memories. The stars light our way through the dark. The greening of the leaves, the stirring of the breeze. The river's song reminds us who we are. Sky above, earth below, fire within me, this I know. Wind and water, sand and time, live and breathe and beat this heart of mine. Live and breathe and beat this heart of mine. Can we walk the city's canyons when the moon is on the rise, where we let our native kindness shine through? Can we recognize a stranger, see the light behind the eyes? Let the beauty of our hearts be what we do. That's Rick Cowling on the dobro. Angels and ancestors are watching over me. We're a chain of survivors breaking free. Call on those who've come before and those who are yet to be. And I believe that they believe in me. Sky above, earth below, fire within me, this I know. Wind and water, sand and time, live and breathe and beat this heart of mine. Live and breathe and beat this heart of mine. Live and breathe. I love that song.
That's really fun to do.
I know, man. Ancestors, it's really good to know that we are infused with and surrounded by so much love, right? Yeah. So we have a song for you, actually, that JD and I wrote, some years ago now. We are so lucky, as I said before, that we get to live in this beautiful part of Colorado where there are two rivers that come together. And if you go on up towards Aspen, you get those lovely, the high alpine, the big aspen groves and the tall fir trees and the high alpine, thing that's going on up there. And if you go up the other river, the Frying Pan River, you get into a Red Rock Canyon thing. It's kind of like those Red Rock Canyons in Utah. And it's so lovely to be at that conjunction, I guess I would say, with all that energy. And when things get a little crazy, it only takes us 10, 12 minutes to drive on up into that Red Rock Canyon and walk amongst those beautiful old pinyon pines and those gnarled cedar trees and junipers that have been through so much, so many a long winter, and to know that that's part of our family.
Red Rock Canyon loves the light, juniper pinyon sunrise, the sweet earth still damp from last night's rain. The smell of the sage is a simple prayer, rising up in the morning air, saying welcome home again. And oh, what a wonder, I cannot begin to say, such unspeakable beauty, calling my name. We go on, like a beautiful song, we are carried on great winds across the sky. We go on, we go sailing free, we come shining through, we go on. There are secrets singing in the breeze at dawn, a fresh familiar song. Everywhere I look, the world's alive. The soul of the river is one and the same as the holy blood running through my veins, like a father smiling his newborn child. So stand still, let me look at your face. Everything keeps changing, but this love remains. We go on, like a beautiful song. We are carried on great winds across the sky. We go on, we go sailing free, we come shining through. We go on. Begins to say, such unspeakable beauty, calling my name. We go on, like a beautiful song. We are carried on great winds across the sky. We go on, we go sailing free, we come shining through. We go on, like a beautiful song.
we go home.
Yeah, except for your shaker.
My shaker fell
It didn't
off.
go on.
But we faked it, and here's the whole time we are carried on great winds across the sky. So just remember that.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are back with our lively contestants, and so far, someone is pulling ahead with a whopping 2 points total. Carol has a total of 2 points.
Christopher, Jennifer,
We got a couple of people in the minuses, so we need to, get down and get these right, all right? Our next question is, we're going to be talking about our international SLC folks. Pre-COVID, how many countries were watching our online services and connecting with SLC? So there might be 4 people from each country, but how many countries were watching?
I'd say 2.
2 countries. Good.
Yeah.
John?
I'm going to say 7.
7. Don?
John stole my answer.
Well, share with him. You guys.
You want to share with him? That's been going really well so far, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna hook up with John.
2 sevens. Right.
7, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. And Joel, what's your answer?
I'll go with 5.
5.
Okay. We have 5, 7, and 2.
So the actual number is 23.
Whoa!
Really?
Wow.
Really? So
Really?
the guys who said 7 are the closest. But that ain't so close. All
That's
right.
amazing. And that's pre-COVID.
That's
Wow.
pre-COVID, but now we're coming up to COVID, during
Yeah.
COVID. So during COVID, of course, we're doing the same things and reaching out and everything. So now, how many different countries outside of the U.S. are joining us and connecting in some way? So Dawn, I know you're thinking about it. How many countries, Dawn?
So let me analyze. This takes a little bit of analysis. All right. So the first number was
Carol's done.
the first.
This is like going to Dawn to a
Heather,
restaurant.
can't you stop the video?
Can we what?
Mute him.
Come on, Dawn. Come on. Give us an
All right,
answer. Give us an answer.
I would say before then,
Before there was
26.
23.
26.
26 now. Okay, there's your answer. Joel, what do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah.
30.
30. Okay, Carol.
I'd say 40.
40. John.
Yeah.
I'm going in the middle. I'm going to say 36.
Going in the middle doesn't always work because it's actually 64.
Wow.
64.
Well, I won.
Yay.
Yeah, you
Carol's
won
doing
again,
great.
Carol. You're doing great. There's a country called Mauritius that's joining us. Psst, I don't know.
That's in Alabama. That's
Oh,
not a
okay.
country.
It's a different country.
International. Okay, now we've got a multiple choice, and it's for Carol. Pull it together, Carol. This is your big chance.
Okay,
You're
I'm
really
listening.
pulling ahead.
All right. Okay.
Of these 64 countries, which is one country that no one from that country has connected to SLC yet? Lithuania, Myanmar, Chile, or Uganda? And I wouldn't call for a lifeline because you're doing so much better than those guys. Sorry, guys.
Well, I think Myanmar's been watching. I'll go with Chile.
You are so right. Congratulations. Genius, Carol.
Hey,
Genius.
Christopher and Jennifer. Yep, okay.
Okay, so Dawn, we're going to switch gears and have a different. So now we're going to be talking a little bit about our midweek services. And this was pre-COVID when we had our WOW Wednesday services. So what did the WOW stand for? A, Wellness Oneness Wednesday. B, Wisdom Oneness Whimsy. C, Welcoming Oneness and Wonder. D, Where's Our Waldo?
Okay.
2 points, Don. You need it.
Are you looking it up on your phone, Don?
No, I'm writing these down. See, Carol.
Where did you find this guy?
Oh my God!
All right. So I'm thinking it's either A or B.
Okay. Well, you got to pick one.
B.
B, and you get 2 points.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
I think you're almost up to 0. Congratulations.
You're almost at 0.
That's cold.
This is not a normal gala, right? I mean, look at how John's dressed. It's definitely not. It's different, right?
Look how he did his hair.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's how he dresses for galas. I get it. So when we do have a real live gala, how many volunteers and staff does it take to produce it?
Who do you want to ask?
I'm going to ask you.
Okay. I'd say 125.
125. John?
85.
85. Dawn?
65.
65. Joel?
99.
99. And Joel, I think you just got your first point. Yay, Joel! Yay!
Kathy, hang in there, buddy.
It's actually 94. It takes 94 staff and volunteers. Now here's another one on the same thing. With all these people working, how many collective hours does it take to prepare, produce, and host the gala? Joel, are you on a streak? Do you want to give it a shot?
Okay, I think probably 2,000.
2,000. Okay. Carol?
Wow, 2,000. Yeah, I think I'll go with 590.
590. John?
1,800.
1,800. Dawn?
Wow.
I'm going to say 2,850.
Okay. Well, you can say that, but that's not the right answer. The right answer is 1868. So I believe that John has got it. John! Yay! First points. Okay.
All right, Carl Castle is going to be recording on your machine, Kay. You're going to love it.
Be excited.
I don't think it's Carl Castle,
Not
but
Carl
okay.
Castle anymore. Oh.
I think I'm going to file a lawsuit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Action.
Here's the deal. I am done with this segment. I am done with them for a few minutes. So we'll return to the drama soon.
Faith Crawford, welcome to the Spiritual Life Center Gala. Yay! I'm glad you're here. Thanks for doing this. Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you on having art in the Faith in Action series. I'm not absolutely sure, but it seems like you might be the youngest or one of the youngest people to have art in that series. Did they mention that when you contributed it?
They were like, oh, we want to finally have YOUers do it, and they immediately thought of me, and I was just like, okay, sure.
Yeah. Tell us about your art.
I don't really like drawing animals or realistic stuff, but I mainly just focus on cartoony anime stuff, if you get what I mean.
Well, everyone was so astonished by it and welcomed it so much, and you're known for your art. What was it about that painting that you wanted them to know?
It was from the book, and it was the part where it said that humans are like monkeys trapped in their desires, and they can't get their hand out of the jar. Like the monkeys in Africa, when they capture them, they have nuts in a jar, and they keep their hand on them. They just don't want to let go, because they know if they let go, they're going to lose them. And it's like humans just like trapped in their problems and all that.
Hopefully the next generation of SLC, which means you, will be different than that. We won't be trapped in problems and maybe be a little bit freer to express yourself and to always make sure you're a good part of that community.
The wolf boy that I showed you with the black hair, I made him when I was in 5th or 6th grade. He was born from this little cat boy with a big white shirt on, and I turned him into a wolf, and I started writing a story, and I wrote like 3 whole books on that.
Wow.
But I've tried to portray different emotions in my characters. Like, for example, the blue-haired boy is surprised, the black-haired boy is happy, zombie boy's kind of like, what's going on in my life right now? Strawberry-haired girl is crazy, bro, and wolf boy is eating.
Now people who are at the SLC Gala can see more than one or two things. They can hear more about what you've done and see your work even a little bit more. And you've been at Spiritual Life Center. I mean, you've grown up in Spiritual Life Center, right?
Yep, since I was 4, I think.
Are you part of a Spiritual Life youth group now?
I think I'm part of YOU.
Yeah, okay. And what is that? Tell us about YOU. Tell us what that is.
My God, YOU is really fun. You get to make a bunch of new friends and everyone accepts you. You get to do get-togethers and you get to like go camping together. You get to go on marching parades and all that. You get to do a lot of fun things with a lot of fun people. That's just how I define it.
That sounds like a really cool group. And you said march in parades? What kind of parades have you marched in?
I've only been to the Martin Luther King Jr. Marches.
In a couple of years, you're going to go out into the world. Maybe move out of the house, maybe not, but something. And I think when you're in high school, you're always looking forward to that, looking ahead to that. When you think about what's in your future, does SLC have a role in that? Like, do you think you would keep going to SLC?
I've been thinking of volunteering for YOU and all that, and for the kids.
Oh, so you could be a teacher for some of the younger people.
Yeah, I like kids sometimes I don't.
Yeah,
but I don't think everyone loves kids all the time.
Right.
But I just love the church and I want to help.
Tell me what you love about the church, since you use that word love. That's such an important word.
It's like the second I got there, when I was really little, I felt like everyone was really welcoming. And now I literally know almost everyone in that church.
Is there anything that stands out that you've learned at SLC, especially in YOU, that you think, that's going to be important to me going forward?
Probably not to judge a book by its cover. When I was little, I was really unstable, and I would just call people out for anything. There were a few people that really helped me on that, and helped me see the better side of people. And then I noticed that none of the people in SLC are actually bad people, and that they're just really friendly people. So, like, I used to think people were monsters, bro. I hated people. But now I'm really used to them, and I'm really, really, really friendly to them. And I love people now, so, yeah.
That's a really nice thing to learn. I think I should learn more of that, too. I think a lot of people should learn more of that. So you're very fortunate that that came your way. You mentioned leadership. Would that be something you would ever try again?
Oh yeah, when we did it in person, it was really fun because we all got to go up in the mountains and stay in these cabins and do like these activities together in groups for like 3 days, I think. But yeah, leadership is just really fun because you get to make so many new friends, and like everyone was super friendly to me.
And that term, leadership, what are you experiencing in that group that gives it that name?
We're supposed to make scenarios and things and plan events there for the kids. We get into groups, we plan an event on a big whiteboard, and then we call Mike in to look at them, and we might actually make them happen.
What kind of event did you plan?
It was like for the adults, but we were supposed to take away all their phones and electronics so that they didn't have them, so that they could focus. I think it was like a game night or something. I don't really remember.
Take away our phones so we'll pay attention. That's a really, actually a pretty good idea. Well, thank you for being part of the SLC Gala, Faith Crawford. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Donna, what a beautiful young woman Faith is. Just incredible. I mean, she's poised. She's lovely. She's so artistic. Were you impressed?
I was very impressed. I've known Faith for a long time and I know her family, but I've never had the opportunity to really sit down with her one-on-one and talk about her. And I hadn't seen this much of her art before. She's very impressive. And one of the things I really enjoyed about seeing her and talking with her is her sense of purpose. She knows where she's going in the world. She knows what she wants to do. She's very humble and very modest about the talents that she has, but she knows she has them. And I think that's something that comes through for all of us in a certain way, not only as our youth revived sometimes by Spiritual Life Center, but for people of all ages, we remember who we are and why we're here and what our purpose is. And we're here to offer something into the world. Faith has art and beauty and a wonderful way of expressing herself. And we all have something that we can use for our spiritual community.
And you know, I remember what Charlotte said in her interview, how the kids that she works with have no spiritual base, have no grounding. And I'm just thinking how important that is and how impressive our YOU people are, you know, all of our youth. So here's a little known fact, Donna, that our group has supplied not only regional leadership, but also international leadership. They are seeding leadership in this region. So on the international level, we've got Aidan Willits, we've got Cameron Lawson, who are leaders internationally in YOU. And then we've got this young woman, Tatiana Bartley, I think you pronounce her name. She's coming up in the same leadership path. And I think it's so important that we offer these next generations that kind of grounding that we've gotten, right?
Well, that's exactly why we're here, isn't it? To pass it along, to create that legacy. And we're doing that through Spiritual Life Center. And Faith and Cameron and the others are just walking examples of what we know Spiritual Life Center to be.
Our young people are our legacy. Their consciousness, their spiritual grounding will determine the future of this planet. Our contributions tonight will make sure that SLC can continue and expand programs that inspire young people like Faith, Aidan, Cameron, and Tatiana. Show your support and leave your legacy by donating right now. Thank you.
Delighted to do this next song for you because it's one of those, it's a timely song.
Timeless.
And it's timeless, you know.
Yeah.
We wrote this song with Esther Nicholson. And I will just say that she came to our house because she was putting together songs for a new album. And as we were talking, she came up with this story. And she said, I don't know whether this is a true story or whether it's an urban legend. Actually, she said, I don't know whether this is factual. But once we heard the story, we were like, I don't care if it's an actual fact that can be documented. It is a true story. And it's all about generosity of spirit and remembering who we really are and what we came here to do and allowing others to do the same.
Mm-hmm. I just want to say that we are going to use a track that we recorded for this song, and one reason why I'm just going to not play anything on this one is I want you to hear the beautiful string arrangement that was done by Derek Nakamoto. He's an incredible arranger. He did all the songs on your Gypsy Midwife album.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
So we're so glad to be able to have him be part of this today.
Right. As a matter of fact, as I recall, we were like, do you think we can afford it? It was very expensive. You know, he got people from the, is it the LA Philharmonic or what is it?
I don't know, but
anyway,
level.
To come into the studio to do this. And so we decided we gave this to each other for our anniversary one year, as I recall.
And year after year.
Hopefully it's worth it. So anyway, again, from our hearts, I believe this belongs to you. I once heard a powerful powerful story about a man who stood in his truth with such conviction in who he was that he would not be moved. Someone stepped out of a crowd and said, "Are you Martin Luther King?" He said, "Yes, I am." And the well-dressed man spit on him. Then King took out his handkerchief and wiped the hate from his suit. He gave it back to the man and said, "I believe this belongs to you. I will lift you up and do what I can do. I see your heart and I know your pain. I have been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. I am clear who is standing here. I believe this belongs to you." I once had a powerful story I used to carry around. I thought it was you all this time. I held my spirit down, but now I know the truth of who I came here to be. You are my angel in disguise, not my enemy. So I thank you for the part you've played in this dance we've had to do. I give you back your own true love. I believe it belongs to you. I will lift you up and do what I can do. I know your heart and I can feel your pain. I have been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. I give you back your freedom now. I believe it belongs to you. Sing with us. I will lift you up and do what I can do. I know your heart and I see your pain. I have been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. I am clear as you're standing here. I believe this belongs to you. I give you back your own true love. I believe it belongs to you.
That was great.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. The next song we're going to do is called House of the Soul's Belonging. And we wrote it with Marcy Baruch. And you can hear Marcy singing on this, actually. Do you want to say anything about what inspired it?
You know what? Yeah. What inspired it was we had been reading some John O'Donohue.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not familiar yet with John O'Donohue, please go online and check it out. He was a wonderful Irish poet. I don't know if you could say theologian, but teacher, and just a lovely, he comes from such a lovely place, you know, And if you want to listen to, he's no longer, unfortunately, he's no longer on the planet, but you can go online and listen to him speaking. And it's like, he has such a beautiful Irish accent that you can hardly tell what he's saying, but you get it anyway. And basically he said something like, when you're really in the place of remembering who you really are and coming into the world from that place, you are living in the house of the soul's belonging. So.
All right. Sing with us. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, where you know without a doubt that you made it home. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, coming back to the holy ground that you've always known, the kingdom of love. There's no competition, no contradiction, no control, but you can take possession and claim your passion. Working on a building that cannot be bought or sold. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, where you know without a doubt that you made it home. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, we're coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. Step into the feeling, sweet surrender. Let yourself remember who you are. You can take your own sweet time and ease your troubled mind in the secret sanctuary of the heart. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, where you know without a doubt made it home. Yeah, we're living in the house of the soul's belonging. We're coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. There is room for all the kindness you can hold. And you know that you can take it with you everywhere you go. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, where you know without a doubt that you made it home. Yes, we're living in the house of the soul's belonging, we're coming back to the holy ground that you always know. We're coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. We're coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. Thanks.
Thanks.
Tom and Judy Chrisman, welcome to the Spiritual Life Center Gala, how nice to have you with us tonight. How are you?
Thank you. Marvelous.
Good. Nice to see you. When did you get to Spiritual Life Center?
God, Donna, I can't really tell you how long ago that's been, but it's been quite a few years.
Well, I was raised in Unity, and my mother was a licensed teacher. So most of my lessons, I think I've had most of my life. And for SLC, it's just a reminder.
For myself personally, I was raised in the Baptist church. There came a point in my life, and I was fairly young, it was probably junior high school, where what they were saying did not ring true for me anymore. In other words, there was an innate feeling in me, there was more to the story than what we were being taught. And so I just naturally sort of moved towards a search of what is this thing called God? How does the universe work? How does this power support the universe and us as individuals?
I love James. You can tell that he lives unity. And he's an example of where I need to keep myself. So that's why we're at SLC. Each day of 2020 especially has been, you have to keep yourself focused by doing the work.
I'm surprised and discouraged at the large numbers of the populations that are the population that's allowing itself to be steeped in fear. I mean, that's an extremely destructive energy. And
talk a little bit about that, because it does. Fear runs counter to the unity principles, doesn't it?
Right.
Well, fear runs counter to using the universe as an asset. I can kind of see, in a way, how what I would term the conservative spiritual community, they play on the fears. In other words, you got to do this or you're going to hell. Well, that can be a pretty powerful motivator, right? I don't think anybody relishes the idea of going to what somebody would call hell, whatever that is. So it's the truth is a little tougher sell, because you're asking people to reject the fears and live in the positives of life with some kind of understanding or willing to be educated in the universal truths, the ways by which God actually works in us and in the universe.
It's a good thing you mentioned that, because when we're inside Spiritual Life Center, it's easy to take certain things for granted and assume that everyone around us knows those principles.
I do think that because of what's happening this year, and our lessons are on YouTube, Facebook, I think that is a good thing for people all over the world that are getting James's messages, our messages. So that is a positive, that because of what our situation with the world, that we are online and not just our services, not just our church.
So someone anywhere in the world can access what SLC has to offer. What are some of the messages and some of the, not necessarily unity principles, but just the life lessons that you've taken from SLC?
One time I explained to a woman that I play mahjong with, she said, well, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in anything. So she asked me what it means to be spiritual, and I named some attributes, and she said, well, I guess I'm spiritual then. At this point in my life, I just trying to share what keeps me on track. And what keeps me on track doesn't necessarily mean sharing spiritual ideas, other than the fact each person is responsible how they get up in the morning, how they decide to face the day. I believe that we need to be the light in this world. And by being the light, that's coming from my heart, that's my spirituality. So however they can wake up in the morning and say, okay, today's going to be a great day. I don't care how they do it, but just to try and get them to start realizing that it's up to them, that they're the people that have the choice to be happy or not to be happy. That everything that's going on around us is happening, but how we respond to it. And it's their choice.
Very good.
Everybody enjoys the gala, but the gala is also a fundraiser for Spiritual Life Center. Why would you ask someone, how would you ask someone to contribute to Spiritual Life Center?
You know, we are the organizations that are going to bring the world to the state of enlightenment where change is inevitable, regardless of where your consciousness is. And it takes a lot fewer of us because of that consciousness and the power of that consciousness to accomplish that goal. But we need to support the organizations. We need to allow the organizations to remain fiscally solvent, so that we can continue that bring that information out in the open to whoever listens to it, and then it touches whoever it rings a bell in.
Tom and Judy Chrisman, I'm so glad you're part of Spiritual Life Center, and I'm so glad that you would be part of this gala tonight. Thanks for talking with me.
Okay, we're back with our Did You Know game show, and it's going so well. Right now we have,
great time.
I know, we have Dawn in the lead with 6, Carol right behind at 5, John catching up with 2, and Joel has 1. Yay, Joel! Now we've got Faith in Action. We just finished up a Faith in Action, right? And they've been going on ever since SLC has been around. How many participants have we had over the 20 years of all the Faith in Action groups? Okay, Joel?
1,000.
1,000. Carol?
I think at least 2,000.
2,000. John?
1,500.
1,500. And Dawn?
Carol keeps stealing my answer. I'm going to say...
Partner up, you know.
I'm a partner with her on this.
Okay, that's a good partnership, you two.
Yeah.
It's actually over 3,000. Over 3,000 people over the years have joined.
Yeah.
Deborah counted until she got to 2,000, and then she just couldn't count anymore. There were too many left. So it's over 3,000. Good answer. Okay, now community giving. Ever since SLC has been alive and well, it has been giving back to the community every month on a consistent basis. And Dawn, you're actually on the committee, so you should know this. At this point in time, how much has SLC given to the community? John, you want to take a shot?
$1.2 million.
1.2 million. Dawn?
He's pretty close. I'm going to say 1.6.
1.6, okay.
Yeah.
Joel?
1.5 million.
1.5 million. Carol?
1.3 million.
So the answer is $1.5,050,000. Joel has a point. Woohoo! Woohoo! So Joel, here's your big chance. Now we're going to be asking questions.
Did you mention that I'm single now?
No, there's no big chance. There's no chance there, Joel. No chance. So we're going to be asking questions about the SLC choir. And that's why we're not asking you guys.
I can tell you about Sopranos.
Yep. Okay, so Joel, the SLC choir has not only sung at Sunday services and things like that, they've sung at different venues over the years, okay? Now, of this list, which is one venue they have not performed at, okay? Mondavi Center, B, Crocker Museum, C, Tower Theater, D, Capitol Rotunda?
Tower Theater.
Yes! He gets his points. Congratulations, Joel.
That was a shoo-in.
Oh, that was tough.
We have another question, and again, it's a guess for everybody. How long has the longest active choir member performed with the SLC choir? How many years? Ooh.
15.
That would be from
15? Carol says 15. John?
Should know too. 17.
And I think
17?
I know who it is.
17. Okay, Dawn? What are you doing?
Oh, he's looking at his.
He's got that data somewhere on a computer. He's pulling that up.
Come on, Don.
Choir members.
Knock him a point every time he looks down.
I have to make a call.
Don't make any calls. Dawn, hit it.
hold on a sec. All right.
This is my life.
Dawn, come on.
All right.
Let's go with it. Go
Speak,
with it.
Dawn, speak.
God, it would have to be. Let's see.
Come on, Don. You can do it. You can do this.
Take a salad.
You can do this, Don. Don. All right, everybody, come on. Everybody out there.
Where we
Dawn.
we are at 20. It's got to be 22 years.
22 years. Joel?
20.
20, and you get the points, you non-choir member. Actually, 20 years. Now, with a group decision, who is it? You get one choice. You all get half a point, or you all get nothing. Who would it be?
It's got to be either Penny or Celestine.
Okay, gotta choose.
I go for Penny.
I go for Penny.
Yeah, okay.
Good nod. Actually, it is Penny. Congratulations.
All right. So
what a team.
Good job, Don.
Wow.
It took a while. Now we're going to talk about chaplains. So our chaplains hold sacred space for us. They also do this thing called wellness calls every month to our members, right? Where they call up and they pray with you and, your joys, your sorrows, just support you every month. So how many calls every month do our chaplains make?
Jesus Christ, help me. I might as well go to bagels.
Joel, come on, Joel. You got an answer.
100.
100. Okay, Carol?
At least 250.
At least 250. John?
Oh boy. I'm going to say 520.
520. Dawn?
I'm going to say 260.
260. Carol, you're on the nose. 250.
Wow.
Congratulations. Another one. Okay. Now we're coming to our last questions. Our last.
Oh, say it isn't so.
Okay. This is another group one. You can all get a point if you work together. So we've had a lot of people through the years at SLC who've been inspired to become interfaith ministers or New Thought ministers of some time. They've been inspired to become ordained. And I can think of about 7 of them. If you can name 5 people who, over the years, they didn't come in as ministers, they were inspired to become ministers.
Gaia is one.
Who?
Gaia.
Okay, Gaia.
Gaia.
Dave.
Dave.
Yeah.
Donna Apadone.
Donnie Abadoni.
Janae.
Janae. Just need one more, guys.
Bryant.
Marge.
Marge Bryant.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You got it.
All right.
You got all 5, you guys. You each get a point. You each get a point. Whoop, 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 whoop. Carol's in the lead with 10 points. Dawn right behind at 9. Not bad, guys. So, what do you want to say to Jennifer and Chris?
We're winning. We're winners, but we're all winners, really. We really are. So What can I say?
Like a little boys soccer team. Everybody gets a trophy.
Everybody gets a, we all win.
Thank you guys, you did great.
Thank you. Great job, Heather.
So Donna, was that actually the craziest thing you've ever seen, those game show folks?
It was a little wild. Makes me glad I've never had to be on a game show.
And of course, that's a lot of what SLC is, right? A little wild and crazy.
Well, there is some of that, and it's a nice balance to what's serious.
Exactly, exactly. We do know how to have fun at SLC. Yeah. But there's something that happened right after the game show that I want you to see.
What's that?
Well, anybody that is willing to make a donation, Steve and I will match it up to $1,000. So we would really like everybody to give back to the community that we all love so much. And it is not just a church, it is a community. And it's where we have some of our best friends. So.
For me, I think what Carol and John said about community, I have made so many great friends that I see outside SLC. It's not just who I see on Sundays, but throughout the year, and good friends that have been a support to me at different times. And that's something you can't put a value on. It's pretty cool. So, and I'll throw $300 towards Carol's thing.
When I look around at the different philosophies that, we could adopt or adapt a lifestyle from, I can't imagine anything better. I can't even fathom anything better. And I mean, it to me, it's a world-saving philosophy. And I just wish more people would pursue it, because I think it would alleviate a lot of the issues that we have in this world, in our society. And I will take Carol and Steve's gracious offer up to 5 bills. Yeah.
Okay, you heard it. Carol and Steve will match your donations for the next 30 minutes. Your $20 becomes $40. Your $100 becomes $200. Your $4,000 becomes, well, really a lot. So text, click, or call right now and get your contribution matched. Thank you.
And I had heard about her work on the board, and I had seen her walk by from time to time, but again, never had the opportunity to sit down and talk with her. She's delightful, she's warm. We talked so much about knowing who we are, really understanding ourselves, and how Spiritual Life Center is a big part of that for a lot of people. It's important that we just extend from the inside out, and Jenny is so perfect at doing that. It was a lovely conversation.
And she is a lovely person. And it's so interesting that she was with SLC like way back when. And then she goes through this transition, this gender transition, and she's able to come back and find the same acceptance and depth and wonderfulness, and able to commit herself again to this community. It's great.
She is dedicated to Spiritual Life Center and loves everybody.
So let's go ahead and watch Jenny's interview.
Jenny Thomas, welcome to Spiritual Life Center's Gala. How nice to see you.
Thank you. Likewise. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate it.
Glad you could do this. I wanted to talk to you about Spiritual Life Center. You have been at Spiritual Life Center a couple of different times.
I was part of the original group, and I looked very different back then. We started meeting in a cafe in Midtown. It was, such a captivating experience, not just the leadership, but the fellowship. When I went to the men's retreat, I know that's a different thing. I drove my motorcycle up there, and that's when my awakening happened. In that, on my way to the retreat, driving up the mountains in these crazy little roads, I awoke, and that's when I knew this is it. This is home. And ever since, I've been trying to find a way to be of service, be a member, and kind of like give back the gifts that I've gotten, because they have been amazing gifts. It's brought me peace. I remember when we first came up with the One Path Many Gods, the logo, the art piece, I cried. I mean, I've never felt such an attachment to any object, I would say. But unfortunately, I was also in the military. At that time, I was already in the reserves. I succeeded very well, became a commissioned officer. I was sent to the military academy because of my performance, and retired as a field grade officer, which I'm very honored to have done. Because of things happening throughout the world, I was called for active duty a few times. I had to go away for some time. And then I came back, stuck around for a long time, joined a couple of the groups. Then I was called back again for the next big sandbox war. And then I came back. I was away from the church for a couple more years again, because nobody really knew who I was when I came back. So a few people finally says, I know you from somewhere. I go, yes, you do. And a few more people started.
And I love that. Did you get your hair cut? You look different somehow. I know.
Something like that. Yeah. Even when I came back, without knowing what it was, I was openly welcomed. And for people, particularly in my community, that is one of the hardest things to kind of to deal with, because we're not always accepted. Those of us who are born this way too, we don't have a choice. This is not about choice. It's just being genuine about who you are. And I feel spirituality is the same thing. It's not about choosing a specific path or a specific deity. It's about the process. It's about the spirituality. I was so welcome this last time. I just totally felt so much at home after being there. Just part-time. I was just going during the weekends, and I said, you know what? I need to put in my time and be of service again. I met some of the most incredible people there.
Are there other groups out there that are anything like Spiritual Life Center?
It just seems like when you walk into our a board or any of the meetings for the staff or volunteers, you feel this sense of people being vested. You know, like this is not just family. We are vested in this spiritual journey, and that's the best way I can explain it. Something you don't see anywhere else. Here we are, challenged in this COVID world now, that you go, wow, we are one of the few congregations that actually are making it. Our intent, what we want, what we wish, and what we hope for, that has a spiritual, I guess, righteousness to it, that there's no advantage of anybody else or anything. It's for the greater good. That tends to be a truism. And I do believe that SLC is a truism.
You were on the board before COVID began. What do you see that's been then versus now that gets us through this?
It's not just the board, it's everybody that's involved. The music ministry, the overall ministry itself. I think everybody who volunteers our times to keep this thing going.
Did you say that you send the videos to people around the world? Did I hear you right?
I send the URLs from YouTube, and because I have friends in the military, they keep telling me, it's like, oh my goodness, Jenny, this is incredible. This digital community has proven that we have something that I have not seen other congregations have. We are touching humanity. I can say that we have in almost every continent now a representation of somebody who supports us. So now, for the sake of humanity, which is a little different than our community, even though humanity is our community.
Jenny Thomas, thank you so much for being part of what we're doing here at the Spiritual Life Center Gala.
Thank you. I'm honored that you chose me. I'm blown away. So thank you.
Okay, Donna, that was another kind of mind-blowing interview. She has so much depth and so much insight, and I don't know her. I want to get to know her.
I think a lot of people want to get to know each other at Spiritual Life Center. Jenny's really a beautiful example of all of the people who have so much to offer, depth beyond what we see when they walk through the door. And talking with her just really made me understand how many people. She's one, she's delightful. And there are other people as well who I want to look at a little bit differently and want to get to know a little bit differently. And, you saw a good portion of the interview, but there was something else that she said too that I think you're going to want to hear.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm now understanding the whole idea of living in good, positive affluence, which means not just the financial, but the spiritual part. And the more we give, amazingly, it's like the blessings you receive, blessings that you couldn't even imagine were possible before. So I would suggest to all our fellow members to just think about those possibilities. And we're about to hit the age of enlightenment. I do believe that we will get through this very difficult times we're going through. And once we do, we will continue to see this amazing growth. And I think we as a congregation, because of our mission and everything else, we have a huge capacity of very unique growth opportunity to help those who have felt outside of those little boxes that everybody else puts everybody in. I know that we as a congregation, we are already making a difference and will make an incredible difference in the future.
As Jenny said, what we give comes back in blessings we can't even imagine. Money is a type of energy we put out in the world. When we donate to SLC, that financial energy gets transformed into messages that inspire us, classes that challenge us, and music that touches us. And it's being spread to people all around the world. Your $10 or $500 makes a big difference. I invite you to make that difference now. Thank you.
Welcome back. Jan and I are so glad that we could be part of the Light the World celebration tonight. Thank you so much for having us.
And the fact that it's so close to Thanksgiving, it's such a pleasure to have that be, a center to really be coming from, to be so thankful. Yeah. And I know you guys probably have a long list, but we're bringing that as much as we can to you right now. And with this next song, especially, which is all about love.
It is everything to do with love.
That happens to be the name of the song, right? So let's just do it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Have some fun. Dance. I had a dream, a vision. I woke up singing in the middle of the night, 'cause the world had finally got it right. It's got nothing to do with history, which side has lost or won. It's got everything to do with love.
That's right.
When you hear a voice calling somewhere inside you, saying we're not alone, and the music fills your heart with hope. It's got nothing to do with boundaries or thinking that you got to be tough. It's got everything, everything to do with love. Yeah. It's got everything, everything to do with love. With our differences behind us, the world looks new. Maybe something as simple as kindness could see us through. Well, it takes as long as it takes, and we know it. When the moment is right, I hear somebody sing in the morning light. There is so much hope to hold on to, and so many songs to be sung. It's got everything, everything to do with love. Oh yeah, everything. It's got everything, everything to do with love. Everything, everything to do with love. Well, I had a dream, a vision. I woke up singing in the middle of the night, 'cause the world had finally got it right. There is so much hope to hold on to, and so many songs to be sung. It's got everything, everything to do with love. Yeah, yes it does. It's got everything, everything to do with love. It's got everything, everything to do with love.
Yes, it does. Woo! All right. Good song to begin to end on, and now we really are going to end. Everything to do with love. And this next one, which I love so much, I wrote this song with Karen Drucker and Megan McDonough. We were at a Positive Music Awards celebration. This is a couple of years ago. And we were a little bit bored and with whatever else was going on, and so we got together in my room. There was a cheesy piano, one of those little rental things. And Megan came in and she said, you know, there's a beautiful quote that I have always loved from Julian of Norwich. Julian of Norwich was she lived in the 1400s in England, and she was a contemplative. She was a woman mystic, Christian mystic, actually. And this is in the middle of the 100 Years' War. This is in the middle of, all kinds of plagues and pandemics, and yet, with her own deep experience, what she said is that all shall be well, and all manner of thing shall be well. So we ended up writing that song, and we're so happy to bring it to you guys today. So there are places for you to sing along. Please do.
All shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well, and all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. I am walking through the green pastures, and I know that I'm not alone. The song of the meadowlark sings to my soul, tenderly calling me home. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. Woo. I am walking beside the still waters, as fresh as the breeze at dawn. The voice of my ancestors whispering, giving me the strength to carry on. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. Surely goodness and mercy will follow, and love will be leading the way. Every shadow will shine in the fullness of time, and bloom in the hearts of the brave. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. All manner of things shall be And so it is. Thank you guys so much. It's been such a pleasure to be here with you. Please keep in touch. We'll see you again really soon.
Actually, we'll see you on Sunday morning.
See you Sunday morning. Mwah.
Thank you.
Big love until then.
Okay, Donna, did you have a good time with them? Did you sing along? Did you dance?
Yes. I'm glad we didn't have the cameras on, too. Good thing.
You know, I just love their music. And we get so many great artists in, you know, J.D. Martin, Jan Garrett, all these different people. But also, we have an in-house music department that is phenomenal and top-notch, right?
Absolutely, some good people. And over the course of the years that I've been at Spiritual Life Center, a number of people have performed, led a choir, sang in the choir, but there is something about that drummer guy, John Gardner. There's something about, I mean, he's so talented. And I don't know if people who have ever tried to play the drums and sing at the same time realize how talented he is, and that's a little on the difficult side. So but he's just a cool guy. He's one of the funniest people I know. He's one of the dearest people I know.
Okay, so for me, I think being able to be up on that stage and looking out at this amazing congregation every Sunday, and not lately, obviously, but just having that connection with all of you and knowing that what we do up there and how you feed back to us just feeds us so much. I mean, this is a great group of people to be contributing to and to keep this thing going, because it's not, like Carol said, it's not just a regular church. It is a community, and it is about being bigger than our fears and our, doubts about the world. And with today's world right now, we need a community like this. So I think it's a great thing that we keep this going. And your donations make a big difference.
We not only bring in world-class musicians, but we have amazing musicians who bless us and inspire us every single week, not to mention at all the special services. SLC's music ministry, Soul Light Connection, our choir, our AV team that puts together amazing music videos, all of these folks are part of our community. Show your appreciation tonight with a donation of whatever amount makes you feel as good as our Spiritual Life Center music does. Thank you.
Imagine for a moment that you're living in a world in which you are divinely supported, and you are. You're living in a world in which you have unlimited resources because there are. You live in a world in which everything is conspiring for your good because it is. Here, we accept that so that we can be those creative agents of the Spirit of God in this world. You know, right now we're here to reveal our unique talents and gifts. Gifts of beauty, gifts of love, gifts of poise, gifts of confidence. And if we can imagine that, understand that that world that we have imagined is more real than even our imagination. That the Spirit of God has created that better us that we have not even thought of yet. As we begin to operate from that point of view, describing our day, describing our world as an opportunity to grow, develop, and unfold. We'll look around and out the woodworks will come divine love. What will come is divine support. What will come is everything. Unlimited opportunities to express ourselves because that is the truth, regardless of what the messages that we see from the outside world. We accept that. We say thank you, God, for that. The teachings that we have, the New Thought Engine Wisdom teachings that we're part of, it's about giving you and me back to ourselves. That within us, there's a dynamic creative power. There's a divine loving presence that you and I must come to know intimately. So we're moving from the consciousness from headlines to the heart lines. We're moving into the consciousness of happily even after whatever takes place in the outside world. Because is it not written that ye are God's, that ye have the ability to choose with that awareness? So on this Thanksgiving weekend, we give thanks that this indeed is the day that the Lord has made, the great law of life. And we're here to rejoice in it. We're here to celebrate it. We're here to experience it and express the gratitude for it. And then we'll watch as this ever-expanding good that we call heaven becomes more real than the prayer requests that are hidden in the headlines. You have that power. Make no mistake about it. You are that power.
Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
Okay, Donna, was that amazing?
It was amazing. Very touching. I think we all could.
Mm-hmm. I mean, James really brought it home to us, just like that song brings it home to us, that we need to imagine this world and be this world. We need to join the imaginers.
Something that James reminds us of all the time, and it's a reminder, it's what we already know, is that we are circulating energy. We are all together as this community, and if one person is up and someone else is down, we pass that energy through our community so that we are all together at the same time. That's one of the wonderful things about Spiritual Life Center. As soon as you walk in the door, you know you're part of something that people are doing together, that people are working together, loving together, and you feel it every single time. And that sense of community is what brings us together tonight. It's what brings us together on Sundays, on Wednesdays, for events when we get back to having live events in person and hugging each other. We'll feel it even more. That sense of community is what Spiritual Life Center is all about, and it really is what this evening and this gala is all about.
It's true. We have the power to change this world. We are the power. We, as the SLC community, have already impacted and transformed so many lives, and we're just getting started. Your donation tonight will help bring about the world we all imagine. Thank you. You know, I'm almost sorry it's over. I've had a really good time, and I really appreciate you being here.
What a lovely evening. Nice to spend the evening with everybody.
So we can't see you, but we can feel you. Have a nice night, SLC.
Bye.
Oh, wait. Don't leave yet. We've got another piece of music for you, and we'll be thanking some special people who helped put this event on. You also have the chance to donate. Just text, click, or call. Text at SLC LTW 44321, or go to slcworld.org and you know what to do. Or you can call in still, 916-448-6508. Thank you.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today.
greed or hunger, brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say